What if you could hear your favorite song for the first time again? Introducing the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks. With an available Bose Personal Plus sound system that uses speakers in the headrest to create a 360-degree listening experience. You've never heard anything like this. Reimagine your music and your drive. Experience the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks for yourself at nissanusa.com today.
Available feature. Bose is a registered trademark of the Bose Corporation.
When you check out at the pharmacy, you see the journey from idea to medicine, thanks to our intellectual property system, or IP for short. IP safeguards inventions, like a new way to prevent seizures or lower cholesterol. And IP supports competition from other brands, then lower cost generics, which are 90% of prescriptions filled in the US. Innovation, competition, lower costs, thanks to IP. Learn more at phrma.org/IP works wonders.
This is Optimal Work Daily. Stop crying that there are no jobs. Create one. By Paula Pant of affordanything.com. Last week, I jetted to New Orleans for a journalism conference and then zoomed to Chicago for a bloggers conference. After seeing these groups back to back, I had a huge aha moment. I figured out why one group is beating the pants off the other. You see, there's incredible pessimism in journalism circles. Everyone's crying about the lack of jobs. And there's enormous optimism in the blogger community. Everyone's celebrating the zillion ways to launch a career writing online. But why? Why this difference in worldview, given that journalists are the best candidates for becoming paid writers? They're professionally trained, for Pete's sake. It's overly simplistic and wrong to write off journalists as cynics or technophobes. There has to be a deeper explanation, and this week I think I found it. Journalists see the world through the eyes of an employee. Bloggers see the world through the eyes of an entrepreneur. I know I'm generalizing, but in this next story, I think you'll see why. The employee mindset. On my first day at the journalism conference in New Orleans, a man in his mid-50s approached me. Our conversation went like this. Me. What do you do? Him. I'm a journalism professor, so I'm lucky. I have a job for life. But none of my students can find jobs. They're bright, hardworking kids, but they're stuck delivering pizzas. Me. Oh, that's a shame. Him. It's a real shame. The internet took away all the jobs. No one subscribes to the paper anymore. Me. Him. If Craigslist hadn't destroyed all our classified ad revenue, it'd be a different story today. Me. Different, yes. Him. So what do you do? Me. I'm self-employed. I'm a freelancer. Him. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want to do? Me. Excuse me? Him. Another shame. Talented professionals being forced to freelance because there are no jobs. Okay, let's pause for a second to read between the lines. Can you spot his worldview in his words? This man is terrified. He wants someone else to hand him a job. The more stable, the better. If no one can provide a steady job, he feels hopeless. He doesn't know what else to do. There's nothing wrong with having a job. The problem is conceptualizing yourself as, quote-unquote, stuck delivering pizzas when no one else creates a job for you. Having an employee mindset is different than being an employee. Loads of employees have entrepreneurial mentalities, and that's precisely what makes them such great workers. They understand their boss's perspective. They're also happier at work. Their job satisfaction comes from their confidence that if they got laid off tomorrow, they could fend for themselves. But this guy isn't confident. He's insecure. That's why he wants job security so badly. He doesn't believe in himself. He wants other people, smarter, richer, and probably better-looking people, to create a job and bestow it upon him. You disempower yourself when you believe that someone else must create your job. This man's words are a window into his demoralized worldview. Words like, the internet took away all the jobs. Being forced to do XYZ, deliver pizzas, freelance, whatever, because there are no jobs. And, I'm lucky, I have a job for life. The internet took away all the jobs? Are you freaking serious? That shows a serious lack of imagination. If you love your job, that's fantastic. But please, please don't ever sell yourself short by doubting your power to create your own job. So when the man lamented that no one is hiring, here's what I should have said. I'm not forced to freelance because I can't find work. I choose to freelance because that's where the hottest opportunities are. I'm actually the rare journalist who wasn't laid off. I voluntarily quit my newspaper job. I quit 8 months after I got a promotion and a $10,000 raise. Oh, and I loved my job, loved my colleagues in the newsroom, loved my boss. Quit anyway. Now I make more money and have more free time than I did before. Of course, here's what I actually said. And then smiled and nodded. The entrepreneur mindset. The bloggers I met in Chicago highlighted the entrepreneurial mentality. They showed imagination. Not a single person there would ever utter the words, "the internet took away all the jobs," or "I'm forced to deliver pizzas." Of course, a lot of bloggers have full-time day jobs. That's not the point. The point is that they embody a grab-the-reins worldview. They're not motivated by fear. They're motivated by opportunity. I delivered a 1-hour speech at the New Orleans Journalism Conference about how to manage money without a steady paycheck. At the end of my talk, I parted with these words of encouragement. Quote, "Ignore the pessimists who say journalism is dead. It's never been more alive. Journalists are storytellers. Throughout history, people who have wanted to tell stories only had one option: work for someone else. He gets the profit, you get a paycheck. Now, for the first time in history, thanks to the internet, we can take the reins. We're not forced to climb the corporate ladder. We can build rungs underneath. We create a website and use it to fast-track our careers into book deals and speaking engagements. Or we can be like Rafat Ali, a journalist who launched the news website Paid Content in 2002 and sold it 6 years later for $30 million. He loves his work, so he continues to work there as an editor. This is the first time in history that we have freedom and control. This is the first time in history we have the potential for a big payout. This is the best time in history to become a storyteller." You just listened to the post titled, "Stop Crying That There Are No Jobs. Create One" by Paula Pant of affordanything.com. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search. Match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. Just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
And a little bit about Paula Pant. She is a podcast host, writer, speaker, and media commentator on financial independence and real estate investing. Her site, Afford Anything, draws 2.5 million annual page views and holds more than 60,000 email subscribers. She is well-traveled, to say the least. She's been to more than 40 countries and speaks at multiple conferences each year, including a keynote address at the World Domination Summit. And she also delivered a talk at Google in the company's Los Angeles office. So come by affordanything.com to learn a lot more. You can find her blog, podcast, and community all right there. And of course, a big thank you to Paula for letting us share her work. That's going to do it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will, of course, be back here with you tomorrow. That's where your optimal life awaits.